Once upon a time in a lush green forest, there was a clever fox named Felix. Felix had a beautiful orange coat and bright eyes that twinkled with curiosity. He lived in a cozy den at the bottom of a tall oak tree. Felix was known for his wit and kindness, always helping his fellow forest creatures. One sunny morning, Felix discovered a hidden path while out foraging for berries. The path was covered with shimmering golden leaves and seemed to sparkle under the sunlight. Curiosity sparked, Felix decided to follow it. As he trotted down the path, he encountered a squirrel named Squeaky, who had lost her way. "Don't worry, Squeaky. I'll help you find your way home," Felix said cheerily. Together they followed the golden path deeper into the forest. The path led them to a glimmering pond where they met a wise old turtle named Timmy. Timmy had spent years exploring the forest and knew all its secrets. "Welcome, dear friend," said Timmy slowly. "You have stumbled upon the enchanted forest. It's a magical place where dreams come true, and where our good deeds are rewarded with wonders beyond imagination." Squeaky's eyes widened with excitement, and Felix felt a rush of curiosity. "What kind of wonders, Timmy?" Felix asked. Timmy smiled and replied, "Follow the golden path to the heart of the forest, and you shall see." With that, Timmy guided them further along the path. As they ventured deeper, they encountered many delightful surprises: flowers that sang, trees that danced, and even a rainbow that whispered secrets. Finally, they reached the heart of the enchanted forest, where a magnificent glowing tree stood. It was the Tree of Wishes. Legend had it that anyone who performed a selfless deed under its branches would have one wish granted. Remembering all the help Felix had given her, Squeaky declared, "Felix deserves a wish. He's the kindest fox in the forest." Felix blushed but felt grateful. With a sincere heart, he wished for the forest to remain forever enchanted, filled with wonder and happiness for all its inhabitants. Suddenly, the tree's branches shimmered brilliantly, and Felix knew his wish had been granted. From that day on, the forest remained a magical haven, thanks to Felix's selfless wish. Felix, Squeaky, and Timmy continued to share their adventure stories, inspiring everyone to always be kind and curious. And the golden path remained, always waiting to lead kind-hearted adventurers to new wonders. And they all lived happily ever after.
Long ago, in a cozy little village tucked away between two mountains, lived a curious boy named Leo. Leo had a mop of curly hair, big brown eyes, and an insatiable zest for adventure. Every evening, after school, Leo would wander through the village, looking for something extraordinary. One misty afternoon, he stumbled upon a quaint antique shop. Inside, it was filled with peculiar trinkets, glittering jewels, and dusty old books. But what caught Leo's eye was an old lantern hanging from the ceiling. It shimmered with a faint, golden glow. The shopkeeper, an elderly man with kind eyes named Mr. Potts, noticed Leo's fascination. "Ah, the enchanted lantern," said Mr. Potts, his voice laden with mystery. "It is said to possess magical powers, young lad." Leo's heart raced with excitement. "Magical powers? Like what, Mr. Potts?" he asked eagerly. Mr. Potts leaned in closer and whispered, "They say it can grant one wish to whoever lights it under a full moon." Leo's eyes widened in amazement. He had always dreamt of embarking on a grand adventure. That night, Leo couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the lantern, the magic, and what he would wish for.
Dr. Evelyn Hart, a renowned archaeologist, was renowned for her relentless pursuit of ancient mysteries. She had traveled through dense jungles, crossed scorching deserts, and dived into the depths of the ocean, all in quest of unearthing secrets confined to the annals of history. This time her destination was the enigmatic Crystal Cave, a place shrouded in myths and whispered legends. Dr. Hart had devoted countless hours poring over ancient maps and deciphering cryptic texts that hinted at the cave's location deep within the Carpathian Mountains. Accompanying her was Luca, a local guide with extensive knowledge of the region's treacherous terrains and clandestine paths. Luca was a man of few words but possessed an uncanny ability to sense danger. As they ventured deeper into the mountain, the air grew colder, and the path became more arduous. After days of navigating rocky ridges and narrow paths, they finally stood outside the entrance to the crystal cave. The cave entrance was adorned with ancient carvings, and the faint luminescence of crystals inside beckoned them closer. Dr. Hart and Luca cautiously stepped inside, their headlamps illuminating the crystalline walls that sparkled with an ethereal light. The air was thick with the scent of earth and mystery. They moved deeper, the cave's intricate network of tunnels revealing itself, each branching path whispering tales of ancient civilizations. As they delved further, they found signs that the cave had been inhabited long ago. Artifacts lay scattered, pottery, tools, and pieces of jewelry adorned with ancient symbols. Dr. Hart documented everything meticulously, her excitement barely contained. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a chamber larger than any they had seen. At its center stood a massive crystal formation, pulsating with a strange, almost hypnotic glow. Surrounding it were inscriptions, a language neither of them recognized. Dr. Hart felt a mix of exhilaration and trepidation. While examining the crystal, she discovered a hidden compartment. Inside was a parchment brittle with age. As she carefully unrolled it, she realized it was a map. However, this was no ordinary map. It seemed to depict not only geographic locations but also celestial alignments. This discovery suggested that the ancient inhabitants had a profound understanding of astronomy and likely used the cave for ritualistic purposes. The more Dr. Hart studied the map, the more she became convinced it was a key to unlocking further secrets hidden within the depths of the crystal cave. As they prepared to leave, Dr. Hart could not shake the feeling that this discovery was only the beginning. The crystal cave held many more secrets, and she was determined to uncover them all. Their journey back was filled with anticipation for the mysteries yet to be unveiled, and Dr. Hart knew that she would return to the crystal cave, driven by the unending quest for knowledge and discovery.
In a faraway forest where the moonlight danced through the canopy, there was a secret garden known only to a few forest creatures. This was the fairies' moonlit garden, a place of enchanting beauty and magic. Every night, as the moon began to rise, the garden blossomed into a wonderland of sparkling flowers and glowing plants. The garden was tended lovingly by Luna, a tiny fairy with wings that shimmered like the night sky. Luna had eyes that sparkled with kindness and a heart full of love for every living thing. Luna's best friends were a chubby squirrel named Nutty and an inquisitive raccoon called Rollo. Nutty loved to gather acorns and always brought Luna the best ones as gifts. Rollo, on the other hand, loved mysteries and was always exploring new parts of the forest. One night, Luna noticed something strange. One of her favorite moonflowers, which only bloomed under the full moon, was wilting. Its bright petals were drooping, and it seemed to have lost its magical glow. Luna fluttered her wings in worry. She knew that without the moonflower, the garden wouldn't flourish as it used to. Determined to save her beloved garden, Luna set off on an adventure to find out why the moonflower was ailing. Nutty and Rollo insisted on coming along to help their friend. They traveled deep into the forest, where the ancient owl sage resided.